uncover the secrets of Egypt's Great Pyramid of Giza. Standing tall on the Giza Plateau, the Great Pyramid is the greatest man-made construction in the world. Leading scientists were impressed by this wonder and spent great efforts to solve its unknown mysteries during the last decades. Along with mummies, sphinxes, Egypt's pyramids are favorite topics of horror movies and novels. Hello everyone! It's my great pleasure to discuss with you today about one of the most mysterious constructions in the world, the Great Pyramid of Giza. Recent years, scientists discovered that the Great Pyramid of Giza was not built around 4,500 years ago, but far longer, about 12,000 years ago. At that time, ancient Egyptians hadn't appeared. So the question is, who actually built the Great Pyramid? And what are its mysteries? Let's find out. Surprising facts. The Great Pyramid of Giza, also known as Khufu or Cheops Pyramid, is one of the 7 wonders of the world. The monument consists of about 2.3 million limestone and granite blocks. Each block weighs from 2 to 50 tons. These stone blocks are carved, shaped, polished, and then stacked to a height of 481 feet. Until now, its height remains 455 feet. They are made so perfectly that even a hair, a blade, or thin sheet of paper can't fit in the gap between the 2 rocks. They can also withstand thermal expansion and earthquakes. The design of the Great Pyramid makes even today's most talented architects marvel. Despite being located in the hot desert, the interior temperature of the pyramid is constantly at 20 degrees Celsius, exactly the same as the average temperature on Earth. It can store food a very long time. Experts have conducted many experiments. They put fresh milk and fresh vegetables inside the pyramid. After 1 month, their color and taste haven't changed. That's why these pyramids were used to preserve the bodies of ancient Egypt kings. Not only archaeologists, architects, but also mathematicians, physicists, and astronomers, hats off to the architectural genius of the Great Pyramid of Giza. Its location also draws much of scientists' attention at the intersection of the longest latitude and the longest longitude, the equator. Moreover, scientists can't explain why the 3 Egyptian pyramids can form a straight line. Their tops also target the 3 largest stars on the Orion constellation. Even more astonishing, the scientists discovered that the pyramids at Giza, along with the Bermuda Triangle in the western Pacific Ocean and the Zone of Silence in Mexico, also form a straight line. They target true north with nearly absolute precision, more precisely than the Royal Observatory Greenwich of England. At first glance, the pyramid seems to have 4 facets, but it actually has 8 facets. There's a concave line about 0.5 to 1 degree from the bottom to the top of the Pyramid of Giza, causing each surface to be bisected. This is a technique that modern science and technology cannot accomplish. Finally, this construction was not built as a tomb for Pharaoh Khufu. Scientists found that the later pyramid's walls had been carved with ancient Egypt patterns, and king and queen's bodies were placed inside, but the Great Pyramid of Giza did not. So, who constructed the Great Pyramid of Giza? As we can see, the design and construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza went far beyond human imagination. It is a holistic work of many fields, from architecture, physics, astronomy, geography to mathematics, etc. Because of the stunning artistic achievement, the hypothesis that ancient Egypt built the pyramids should be invalid. So who actually constructed the pyramids? This is the controversial topic discussed by leading experts and scientists for hundreds of years, and many hypotheses have been delivered. The most popular hypothesis is that ancient mankind used slaves and different techniques to transport blocks of stone, weighing from 2 to 50 tons, from 800 kilometers away on the Nile River and canals to the Giza Plateau. Then they carved, shaped, polished the surface, and stacked blocks to a height of 481 feet. But this hypothesis is no longer accepted. A simple calculation shows that accordingly, to build one of the 3 Great Pyramids, it takes 100,000 people to work continuously for 200 years, not to mention their perfect design. Moreover, given human physical ability, it's impractical for them to use such heavy stone blocks as building materials. it's like a swarm of ants transporting a giant elephant to nest for food. Another hypothesis is that aliens used advanced technology to build the 3 large pyramids. However, the existence of aliens is still a debating subject. At present, experts are supporting a hypothesis that giants existed and constructed the pyramid. This becomes more convincing when archaeologists have discovered bones, footprints, and remains of giants not only in Egypt, but also all over the world. They also found large-sized household items in ancient texts. A giant was from 4 to 12 meters tall. This feature makes the construction of massive pyramids possible, just like modern people construct high buildings. The mysterious Sphinx. Next to the 3 Great Pyramids of the Giza is the mysterious Sphinx, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. This is the largest monolithic statue today. It stood there over the years, withstanding many disasters and containing mysteries that scientists haven't been able to uncover. Robert M. Schoch is a professor of geology and natural sciences at Boston University, USA. Before conducting research on the Sphinx, he believed ancient Egypt constructed it, but when he went to the field to do research, he discovered some incompatible geographical features. There were some typical erosions of the body of the Sphinx, which could only be caused by water, but not by wind or sandstorms. However, the Giza Plateau is located on the edge of the Sahara Desert, which has been very hot and dry for the past 5,000 years, and the erosion is on the Sphinx's main body. The statue had been submerged in water or experienced heavy rains. These suggest that the Sphinx existed much before ancient Egypt's time, about 10,000 BC, when the climate was totally different from today. Professor Schoch did other experiments. He used sound waves to examine various positions, including the foundation of the Sphinx. The results were the same. He claimed that this statue existed from 5,000 BC or earlier, but not in the period of ancient Egypt. Graham Hancock wrote many books on archaeology, prehistoric civilizations, astronomy, etc. He also devoted great time and effort to study constructions on the Giza Plateau. After 5 times climbing to the top of the Great Pyramids and exploring all the discovered tunnels, he had some interesting evaluations. Hancock said there were no reason for humans to build such a large pyramid and add some design burdens to the construction, which he associated with imprints of God. Both Professor Schoch and Graham Hancock believed that given knowledge and available tools of ancient Egypt and the Old Kingdom couldn't help build the Great Pyramids. Instead, those were achievements of an advanced ancient civilization, perhaps Atlantis civilization, which was eventually submerged by the Great Flood. So we probably have answers for the big question: who built the Great Pyramid of Giza? In the 1930s, an English author and journalist, Paul Brunton, spent one night in the King Chamber. He described the whole experience in his famous book, A Search in Secret Egypt. Accordingly, the King Chamber was made of granite blocks. That night, he sat on a block and lit a small candle. The silence covered him. When the night fell, he saw some ghosts. His fear struck out, but he was determined to stay there. Soon after that, ghosts disappeared, but something more horrible happened. His body was unmovable. He saw some people dressed in ceremonial cloths like priests. They led him to a secret chamber of the pyramid, called the Learning Hall. He felt his soul leaving the body and entering a different dimension, like a near-death experience. He could see a silver thread connecting his lifeless body to his soul, which was floating in the pyramid. His physical body was lying on the floor, and the ghost revealed many secrets about the Great Pyramid. They said that the Giza was built in the period of Atlantis civilization. Then everything sank to the bottom of the sea. When the pyramid emerged, it was at the position of ancient Egypt. Later, the ancient Egyptians discovered the pyramid and considered it an ideal place to put the pharaoh's body. He was told other secrets, including information about secret chambers inside the pyramid. Suddenly, his soul came back to his body. He woke up. They came to affirm to humans that there exists the afterlife and a brilliant Atlantis civilization, which was ended by the Great Flood, described in the Bible. This also proves the existence of the human soul. When we die, our bodies will decompose, but our souls still exist. The Great Pyramid of Giza contained prophecy texts. Lewis Spence, 1874 to 1955, was a Scottish journalist and a scholar in occult sciences. He completed many works about Atlantis, disappeared civilizations, Ancient Mysteries, and Ancient Educational Methods. Lewis wrote that, "All the great events in human history have been predicted in charts and figures, which were made up of numbers such as the size of sides, circumference, the borderline, the diagonal of the pyramid." Several experts have studied these prophecies, including David Davidson, a civil and structural engineer who spent 25 years doing research about the mysterious Great Pyramid of Giza. The results of Davidson's research were published in the book, The Great Pyramid: Its Divine Message. In the book, he illustrated his findings in 80 pages, including diagrams and 97 tables in archaeology, history, and astronomy to demonstrate the accuracy of prophecies he found in the pyramid. Another scientist claiming the existence of prophecies inside the Great Pyramid is Professor John Greaves. He worked in astronomy at the University of Oxford and studied the Great Pyramid in 1637. Both Professor John and Colonel Howard Weiss dedicated all their money to complete the research. Boriska, a Russian genius, also revealed a big secret about the Great Sphinx. Human life will change when the Sphinx is discovered. It has an opening mechanism somewhere behind its ears. I don't remember exactly. The universe is boundless. Earth is just a tiny speck of dust in the galaxy. There are many mysteries that humans haven't uncovered. Constructions like the Great Pyramid of Giza partly show the modest knowledge of modern people. In fact, the truth about prehistoric civilizations and our origin are completely different than what is commonly explained in textbooks and television programs. For me, those who dare to challenge inherent perceptions and rationally examine archaeological discoveries can perceive the real truths. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, and enjoy mysterious facts about our world. Goodbye, and see you next time.